Can't she call them out? Obviously, that's not racist. That's just the facts that's happening. And so it's the neighborhood, the criminals in the neighborhood that are responsible. Now, yes, I feel bad for the law-abiding citizens, which is the vast majority, right? The majority of people who live in this community are law-abiding, right? They are paying for what they buy. They're not the problem. The problem is the significant minority of people who are criminals and who have been coddled and encouraged to commit crimes because people like AOC and the rest of the squad tell them that they're entitled to commit these crimes because of years of oppression. Right? You are the victim of a racist society, and you don't have white privilege, and you're owed reparations from slavery, but those racists don't want to give you the reparations you're entitled to. So just take what you need because you're entitled to it anyway. It's your own reparations. Why wait for the white man to give you reparations when you can just take it yourself? Right? After all, you are entitled to it. So just go and take what you need. Right? And so this is why these stores are closing. But no, they don't want to criticize criminals. Right? No, they can't do anything wrong. And they don't want to criticize the government who is enabling the crimes. It's not a coincidence that when you decriminalize shoplifting, when you tell people, hey, if you go out and steal stuff, we're not going to arrest you. You're not going to, go to jail. Just nothing's going to happen to you. You're just going to get a bunch of free stuff. It's not a coincidence that you have a huge surge in shoplifting, right? I mean, obviously, if there were strict penalties, right, what's Sharia law? If you're caught shoplifting, they chop off your hand. Now, it's not that I'm advocating that, but believe me, if that was the law, shoplifting would stop, right? Now, there can be some penalty, but it's risk-reward. People don't shoplift. I mean, most people don't shoplift because they're honest, right? Most people, right, would not steal, right? A lot of people, you go to these stores, and it's self-checkout, right? I've gone to these stores where I just grab some stuff, and there's nobody there, and there's just a machine, and I scan the stuff myself, and it tells me what it costs, and I put my credit card in, and I walk out, there's nobody there. I mean, you're on the honor system, right? Most people can be trusted. They don't take stuff, not because they're worried about getting caught, but because morally, they know that it's wrong. I'm not going to take something without paying for it because I know that I'm stealing from somebody else. Somebody else is losing, right? I'm not going to do that. And I don't think I'm some special moral character. I think that's the norm. Most people would feel bad about taking something that belonged to somebody else. They're going to pay for it. But you have a significant number of people that don't have that moral compass, that are fine stealing. The only reason they don't steal is because they don't want to get caught, because they're afraid of the consequences. Well, when you eliminate the consequences, well, then I'm going to steal, right? I mean, I got no risk, right? It's all risk reward. The reward is obvious. I get this stuff for free. The risk is that if I get caught taking it, I could go to jail. But if you can't go to jail, if you can't even be fined, well, then you're going to steal. But here's another moral hazard. Because now you're going to have a set of people that normally wouldn't steal. But they feel like a chump because they see other people stealing and getting away with it. And they think, wait a minute, I mean, I'm a sucker here. I'm going in and I'm buying stuff, and these other guys are just stealing, and nothing's happening to them. Why am I paying, right? And so then other people, end up stealing too because they don't want to be the only one who's actually paying. And also the fact that you're getting a lot of people that are stealing stuff, I mean, that might be one of the reasons why they're able to buy more stuff is because they stole so much and didn't have to pay for it. So that's probably also skewing these numbers. But it really just bothers me, the hypocrisy of these squad members who denounce capitalism now denouncing the companies for closing stores that aren't making a profit when they don't even like profits. They're talking about, oh, this is going to cause jobs. People are losing jobs. Well, they think the employers are exploiting the workers anyway. Why aren't they celebrating the fact that these greedy capitalists are getting out of their cities? You know, why doesn't the government, why doesn't Boston, the city of Boston, just open up some supermarkets and some drugstores where people can shop and let the taxpayers absorb all these losses? You know, if Boston really wanted Walmart to keep these stores open, why didn't they offer to cover all the shoplifting losses? I mean, after all, Walmart is paying taxes, supposedly, right? They're in Boston paying taxes. And one of the things that those taxes are supposed to cover is the police, right? But they're not even getting that. The police won't arrest the shoplifters. So what is Walmart, or Walgreens rather, I keep confusing them. What is Walgreens getting for its money? It's paying taxes for the police, and the police aren't on the job because they're afraid to arrest the criminals because that would be racist. And so the result is the stores are shutting down. And a lot more stores are going to shut down. I mean, you can't force this company to stay in business. The company is only in business to make a profit. It's not there for public service. You know, these squad members act as if the companies are there to serve the community, like the community owns them somehow. No, they don't. They're there to make a profit. They're there to serve the interest of the owners. Now, the way the owners make a profit is by helping their customers who live in the community. That's not their goal. Their goal is not to help the community. Their goal is to make money. But they can only make money by helping the community. That is the beauty of capitalism. That is the Adam Smith invisible hand. But the socialists that we have sent to Washington don't understand economics. They've never read Wealth of Nations. They don't have any idea why nations get wealthy or why they're impoverished. I mean, they're the ones that are impoverishing them, and you can see it right here. The government is destroying these businesses, and who is being hurt, right? Well, the community that was being helped by profit-seeking capitalists who opened up stores to make money. But now they can't make money because of widespread theft, right? That the government is not prosecuting or stopping. So they're leaving, right? They're only there to make a profit. They can't do it anymore. They are gone. And the communities act like, well, they're entitled to this. They're entitled to a store. No, nobody is entitled to anything. You only are entitled to what you earn, to what you work for. People take all this stuff for granted, that just because you're here, you're entitled to stuff. No, you're entitled to freedom. That's a birthright, right? But you're not entitled to free stuff. You know, the things that you have because you earn them and because other people who are trying to earn money are doing that by providing goods and services for you to buy, not for you to steal. Walgreens is not there so that you can steal. That's not why it exists. In fact, a lot of the people are basically saying, hey, they should stay there. Walgreens should keep these stores open because we need to steal our stuff. How dare they take away all the stuff that we're stealing? That's not fair. These racists won't let us keep stealing their stuff. And that's what people think. Of course, now what's going to have to happen is the thieves that were robbing these local stores are now going to have to drive further away to do their stealing because it's probably the whole state that is not enforcing these laws. So all that's going to happen is people are going to have to go further away to do their shoplifting. Of course, the honest, law-abiding people are going to have to go further away to do their shopping. But as the criminals end up expanding and doing their shoplifting at other stores, now more stores are going to close down. And eventually, you know, it's going to be harder and harder for people to do business. Now, what's going to happen? Well, that's going to benefit Amazon, right? Amazon had good earnings today, hit a record high. Amazon loves this, right? Because the more stores that shut down because of high crime, right? Well, the more business there is for Amazon because it gets to ship stuff, or UPS. Now, of course, eventually they might start robbing the UPS trucks or the FedEx trucks. I mean, maybe that'll be the next thing, right? Where the looters will just start, like robbing these trucks. I mean, how hard could it be? I don't think the drivers are armed. You just pull up next to one of these trucks and just take all the stuff. That's probably what's going to happen once enough of these stores shut down. So then Amazon will have to stop delivering into certain neighborhoods. And then, of course, the squad will say, oh, Amazon is racist. They don't want to deliver into these neighborhoods. No, they don't want to deliver there because they don't want to lose money. It's got nothing to do with racism. These companies would love to keep these stores open in these African-American communities. They want to make money in African-American communities. That's why they opened up the stores, right? They were African-American communities when these racists opened up these stores there. So the race of the customers didn't bother Walgreens, right? If they're racist now, why weren't they racist then? If they're so racist, why did they open the stores in the first place? They opened the stores because they want to make money, even if there were some racists at Walmart. Their greed, right, which these socialists don't like, the greed is more important than their racism. See, that's the beauty of capitalism. Even if you're racist, it's not going to matter because you want to make money. And so you have to treat your customers nice to make money. Even if you don't like them, you still have to be nice to them, right? And so capitalism eradicates racism, not government, creates it. But they want to make a profit. That's it. They went in there to make a profit, and they're leaving because they're not making a profit. And this is just a perfect example of it and the hypocrisy. And they still don't learn their lessons, right?